Hi, today we're going to be making some Lush Linen grapefruit and strawberry room fragrancing spray from scratch. We're going to start with the base and then we're going to add the fragrance to it. And as you can see, the fragrances are very clear, not cloudy, and the oils are dispensed evenly into the base. So come along with me and learn how to make your own room spray. Hi, today I'm gonna show you how I came up with my base for my room spray, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't work perfectly with every fragrance oil because fragrance oils, each fragrance oil has a different weight and the ingredients are kind of a little different. So you have to, I'll show you when I'm gonna make the base up and then I'm gonna show you. Okay, so first I'm gonna measure out. I measure out my ingredients individual and then I put them in here. I'm gonna do an 8-ounce base. So I use the high impact 99.5 ethyl alcohol. Is 200 proof. Is really good for making perfumes and room spray because it kind of help makes the oils and water combine together. So I'm gonna measure it out and make the base with that, and that is my top ingredient, and then is distilled water and vegetable glycerin, and the last ingredient is the DPG. It's 100% DPG fragrance. It's a fragrance grade. It's to help you make perfumes and room spray. You need this ingredient to make your room all fragrance. So today I'm making a room spray. So I'm gonna show you how I do my base. I'm not gonna give you my recipe because it took like hours and hours to figure it out. But I'm gonna show you some examples. Like this is a base that I made up. And I put a little bit too much fragrance oil. And it's floating around, I don't know, can you see it? It's floating around right here. So I want to show you, and it kind of cloudy. Here's another one. Now this one doesn't have much floating around. It's almost perfect. And if you leave it overnight, the next day, this will be very clear. So that's very close. And here's another one. It has a whole lot more fragrance oil in it. See how it floating on the bottom? That means it's too much fragrance oil in this amount of base that was made up. Now here's one I made, and it's perfectly clear, as you can see. You just have to get your alcohol, your water, your glycerin, and your DPG at the right amount for your fragrance oil. And each fragrance oil is different. So you have to experiment with each one. Now let me show you something. Like I said, I put too much on purpose to show you this. But watch this. If I take this ethyl alcohol and add more to it, watch it clear up. Now that was 0.04 that I put in there. Put to 5. Okay. So let me show you what happened. Now, that is almost perfect. It's not quite there, but if I add, it's because I've been doing this for like weeks, experimenting more. It was 0.2 more. Oh, 4. So now we're at 0.11. I'm keeping up with how much I'm adding, so I know what I did to bring it clear. So now it's at 0.14. So I added 0.14 totally into this over fragrance load that I put in here. And it's starting to clear up. Now, because this is just an experiment, I'm not using it, I'm experimenting with it. I'm gonna add some more and show you how it will clear up even more. Okay, that was at 0.20. So we added 0.20 more ethyl alcohol to this fragrance low base that I already had made, and watch how clear it comes. Almost perfect. See, it still has a little bit floating around in here. But if I take it even farther, now I take it to 0.25. And that's what I have found out about the different fragrance. Some fragrance loads requires more of the ethyl alcohol. We're at 0.28 now. Than the others. Now this one, I'm gonna show you. It's getting clearer and clearer and clearer. That because the fragrance load was too much for the base that I had made for this. This is Lush Linen. Yeah, Lush Linen. But see how it cleared up? Well, they're saying it's only I added 0.28. Scale slow. Okay, let's go ahead and push it up to 0.30 of an ounce. Okay. All right. So now, which I knew if I added 0.30 of an ounce into this fragrance load that I had over fragrance load, it would clear up. Because I have been working with this for weeks. It will be super clear. It will be clear like this strawberry guava. And this strawberry guava is one that calls for more ethyl alcohol. because it's heavy, which is the strawberry guava with Counter Science. And then the Lush Linen with Counter Science require a heavy load of ethyl alcohol than others. So see how I cleared up? Each fragrance that you make, I wouldn't use these on my body. I only use these as room spray because it's not the fragrance load that's a lot. It's the alcohol that is a lot. And it does not leave oily residue or anything. I'm gonna do an 8-ounce base. I'm making 8 ounces of base. Measure out my water. So what I'm measuring out is gonna come out to 8 ounces of base. This is why I like to measure each ingredient separately. So if I go over, I can always pour it back into the container without contaminating anything and without wasting anything. Oh, got it. Okay, so let's measure out our glycine. And you definitely want to get this right because this is oily too, and it will make your stuff stay cloudy. So you want to always just keep going back in the pot. Okay. Now the DPG. It's not so thick as a leafy. You can kind of tell when you add before you put your oil in, because you're seeing it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my preservative. My preservative, I'm doing it at 1%. Anytime you add water to any product, you or liquid water base or anything like that, you have to use a preservative. Okay. So I'm adding my preservative in. It's only just a small amount, but it's at 1%. So this 8 ounces of base right here. So now what I'm gonna do is take it and I'm gonna make a fragrance. So I'm gonna use the grapefruit and magazine fragrance. And I'm doing a 5% load, and that's gonna be 0. That's gonna be 0.20 for this fragrance level. I'll do a lot of these. Okay. All right. And I have these 8-ounce bottles. I'm only gonna use 4 ounces in each one because I'm gonna do 2 fragrances to show you. Let me clear this away so I'm done with it. So the preservative I use is the Finup by Brahma Berry. That's the one I use in here. And I got my fragrance here, but I'm finna measure out 8 ounces. I meant 4 ounces. 4 ounces because I'm only gonna do a 4 ounce up because I got 8 ounce base here, but I'm only gonna do 4 ounces of each fragrance to see how, show you how they become. Okay. Almost right at it. All right, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna add my fragrance that I had measured out into here so you can see how it behaves. I got these 8 ounce PET bottles from Amazon set. They are supposed to be fine mist. I'll show you how this comes out. See how it kind of cloudy? But it's gonna go clear. It's starting to go clear from here. It normally works its way out. But there's no fragrance sitting. So I got a lot of bubbles in it because I shook it up to get it mixed up in there real good. But when it okay, that's gonna go very clear. I'm gonna pull the one back out that I fixed. I fixed it. It's very clear, as you can see. And this one is going clear. It start, I don't know why, but I watch it. It start from the bottom and then all of a sudden it's just combined and go clear all the way up. But that's how it works. And see how there's a little floating oil in that? A little bit of floating oil in this one that I told you that I perfectly added a little bit too much fragrance oil. Let me show you how I can make it go clear. Just like I did that one. Is this fine? Let's just get another one. I want to be sure. I want to put nothing in there that's not. So I'm taking in the DP, the ethanol. This one was only a little bit off, so I'm gonna drop it. I always like this one. There you go, my 4. And I'm gonna Stir it. Make it a mess. Let's see how it's going clear. Now I gotta go clear. Just like this went clear. So Lush Linen, and this is grapefruit mango. See, clear, very clear, beautiful fragrance, room fragrance, and the fragrance load is low enough to go on the skin. But like I'm saying, I'm not a scientist. I figure out the base. I've tried it on my skin, and it does nothing. But some people could be sensitive. So I use it as a body spray, but I'm not telling you. At least try, when you try yours, test it. I test it on me. I test it on my, this is the most sensitive area of your arm. And I spray it in here, and it doesn't turn red, and it doesn't bother me. So, yeah, I use it as a body spray. And it's not oily, it's not, it dries smooth and clear and clean. See how smooth and clear? No redness, no irritation at all. But yes, that's how I make my fragrance oil for my room spray and my personal body spray. Okay, that was that one. And I showed you, this is the Lush Linen. I showed you that one. How it behave. And this is the strawberry guava, which with guava. Let me do the strawberry guava. Show you the strawberry guava. Do I have enough fragrance left? Because I've been using that. The strawberry guava. It is a very heavy. It's very heavy. So I'm gonna do this other half. Waste it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do the strawberry guava. Remember, that was base. I always make my base, put everything in my base. I put my ethyl alcohol, my distilled water, my DPG, my Glycium, which is a vegetable Glycium, and my preservative in my base. Then I make my fragrance. So I have my base here. See how clear my base is? Now I'm gonna add some strawberry guava. I have enough. Come on, I'm right at it. That's amazing. That's enough. So this is strawberry guava at 5%. I'm gonna pour it in here. I'm gonna show you how it behaves. That's the thing with fragrance oil. You all behave differently. That's why even when you buy a base, you can buy the same ingredients already made up in a base, and it'll tell you that every fragrance doesn't work with it. You know why? Because the fragrance oil, some of them are more heavy in oil, which weighs the base down, then the base can't totally evaporate it. But I got my base down pretty close to, like, if the oil is a little heavy. See, this oil is a little heavier than the other one. You see it? But it's clearing up. And maybe because a little bit of this still left in here too. Because it was right at it. Oh, it's behaving. Not perfectly, but very close. This is a strawberry guava. See the extra oil at the bottom? That's when I first started working with it and learning about them and what they do and what they don't do. And that's it, how it misbehaved. That means it's too much fragrance load in here for the base. So the base will need to be stronger for this fragrance load. So that was my first. I wanted y'all to see my first experiment with making a base, and the fragrance load was too heavy for it. So I kept that one to show. But this one is doing good. See how I got my base pretty much down pat pretty good? I may have like a tiny bit, because the Lush Linen came out really pretty. Look how clear it is here. No oil floating in it. And this one is almost perfect. It may be off by a couple drops of ether alcohol, because it should be clear by now. See how that one cleared up? And this is a heavy base oil. The strawberry guava. The Lush Linen is a very heavy. It's really heavy. I found that out. It smells beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance, but it behaves really good in soaps and different things, but it's very heavy. So you will have to, with no doubt about it, you will have to really work. You will really have to work with figuring out how much ether alcohol, how much distilled water, how much glycerin, and how much DPG you need for each fragrance. And I had one fragrance that was really, really hard. It was the Blight Raspberry Vanilla, but I got it down pat. So it's best if you like do 1 ounce, do a 1 ounce base, and then practice how much of each ingredient you need to get it at the right one. I'm sorry about the noise. They will come on my lawn today while I'm videoing. Sorry about that. I might probably voice over this part. But see how it's clearing up? There you go. So That's the one thing about with working with making your own room spray, body spray, cologne. Cause me and my husband worked and made some cologne. We made some beautiful colognes. And see how clear that came? Look. That's amazing. That's both. This is the Lush Linen. No, this is the grapefruit. This is the grapefruit. And this is the strawberry guava. Strawberry guava and grapefruit. This is the Lush Linen. I already had made it. And then this is it. I'm gonna mix them together since they both the same. Okay. And that's how I make my room spray. And I'm gonna show you one day how I make my labels and print them out. I might add it on to the video. But that's how I make my room spray. Thank you for watching.